I'm Celia Klein. I'm with Grand Dunes Properties, and this is our latest edition of Talk of the Town. We're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Can you imagine a city developed purely for people's relaxation and enjoyment? Incorporated in the 1930s and became a city in the 1950s, this area has always been about people having fun. Many of you are very familiar with this particular part of Myrtle Beach. Obviously, I have the iconic sky wheel behind me, and at the base of that is Warbird Park. What you may not be aware of is this beautiful bronze sculpture called Goddess of the Sea. It's 1,800 pounds. It was dedicated back in 2018, and it's done by world-renowned artist Kristen Visbal. If that sounds familiar, she's the artist that also did the Fearless Girl sculpture that's now in Wall Street. Now, talk about an area that has flavor, right? The boardwalk, well, to me, it's one of those, I'm used to it. I grew up near Ocean City, Maryland, so I love the sights, the sounds, the smells of the boardwalk area. So to have this extra bit of flavor here in this gorgeous sculpture, we just love it. If somebody's telling you stories about their memories of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I'm almost sure they're bringing up the area behind me called the Pavilion. And yes, there are some who are quite sad that that actual structure is no longer here because it reminds them of the music and the dancing. And hey, it was in 1984 that the shag dance became the state dance. Well, hey, don't worry, there is plenty of entertainment that still happens here, including the very now famous Carolina Country Music Festival. Now, did you hear about when Carrie Underwood was performing and it started to rain and she totally crushed it? That's the kind of memories that are happening here. But the City of Myrtle Beach hosts many events throughout the year. We have things like Winter Wonderland in this boardwalk area during the holidays. You've got the Jeep Jam. You've got a Myrtle Beach Marathon. You've got Mustang Week. There are so many things. Don't forget the Food Truck Festival either. There's always something going on, so be sure to try something new when you come and visit or when you make this area home. I am so excited we get to include this brand new sculpture that was just added to the Arts and Innovation District just last week. As you can see, it is the symbol for I love you, and it was donated by the South Carolina School for the Deaf and Blind. It was done by local artist Bob Doster, and if you look closely, it's created by many different shapes and sizes of hands of the students and the people that work at the school, and it is shaped so beautifully. I just think this is a great way to give a message to all who visit that indeed, I love you. Let's take a moment to cover the history of Myrtle Beach. So there were many things going on both north of here and south of here. If you happen to watch my Little River Talk of the Town video, you know that Kings Highway was formed back in the 1700s. Basically, of course, that was a trail at that point, so that the king would have access to all of his colonies. So they would go past our coast to get to places like Charleston or Savannah. Now, we had a lot going on in Conway, we had stuff going on in Georgetown, but there wasn't a whole lot going on in Myrtle Beach proper. But developers, Burroughs and Collins, they were big in lumber, timber, and the railroad. And they decided, because they owned so much property by the coastline, they really wanted to find a way for people to just enjoy, relax, and this is what they did. Once that railroad showed up and they did the line around 1900 to get from Conway to the beach, it seemed to change everything. It had been referred to as New Town. Conway was Old Town. And so they had a contest to figure out what's going to be the new name of this town. Well, the wife of the developer decided to enter the contest, and sure enough, her name won. Myrtle Beach, named for the wax myrtles that are prevalent in our area. Number 2 was Edgewater. I don't know about you, but I'm really glad Edgewater didn't win. Further development also occurred, and in the 1930s, we finished off the Intracoastal Waterway, which basically made Myrtle Beach an island of sorts, meaning you have to cross water in order to access this area. Now, let's fast forward. Here I am standing in the vibrant, bustling area of the Arts and Innovation District. And we have so many great plans for this area, many of which are already underway. You can see behind me Grand Strand Brewery. There's also the HTC Aspire Hub for entrepreneurial endeavors. There are some lovely restaurants here as well. Wait till you see the plans for this area. If you want to check it out on the City of Myrtle Beach website, it is going to be spectacular once it's all done. The City of Myrtle Beach is approximately 23 square miles, and within that area, there's about 23,000 restaurants. Okay, maybe not that much, but there sure are a lot of them to try, including the one that everyone's gonna tell you to go to, which is where I'm standing right now, Sea Captain's House. And you can probably tell from my hair, this is an oceanfront restaurant. So we are definitely enjoying the sea breezes here at this place. Now, this structure, so Sea Captain's House, gosh, it's changed hands about 3 or 4 times. It started off as a restaurant, then it became a private residence. Then we had Mrs. Howard take it over, and she kind of did the earlier version of a bed and breakfast. And she had rooms here as well as offering meals. Then the next owners in the early 60s said, you know what, we're gonna demolish the whole thing, and we're going to do a high-rise hotel. But then due to financial constriction as well as some other issues, they held off. And we are so glad they did, because since the 1960s, people have been enjoying Sea Captain's House, both the view and the delicious food ever since. Sea Captain's House is also a significant geographic location because here on Ocean Boulevard, basically from 31st Avenue up to 53rd, is this beautiful area known as the Golden Mile. These oceanfront privately owned homes, stunning and definitely in the millions. No short-term rentals allowed here. Now, south of this area, basically all the way down to the end of the city limits, you have high-rise condos. Those do allow short-term rentals, which, if you'll remember, is anything that's 90 days or less. So they could stay a weekend, a week, 3 months. And then, of course, north of 53rd, also on Ocean Boulevard, you've got condos as well. Now, it's really important to take a look at the city zoning map to make sure that any property that you may be considering purchasing for investment reasons falls in the right zoning designation to allow for short-term rentals. So we'll definitely need to check that out, as well as if you consider the option on some of these that is a hybrid referred to as a condotel. Ooh, that's a whole nother video for that type of condo unit, and I'm happy to explain that. But we've got so many options here for you to choose from in terms of real estate in the City of Myrtle Beach. There are so many activities that you can enjoy in the City of Myrtle Beach. For those of you who have visited or live here, you know it's got it covered for all ages. Broadway at the beach, you've got go-kart tracks, water parks, Top Golf, Pop Stroke, and for the grown-ups, well, we might be focused on those 18 holes. So let's talk about 3 amazing courses that are right here. You've got Pine Lakes Country Club. That's the first one. Can you believe it started in 1927? And it's also where Sports Illustrated was founded. Who knew? You've also got the Grand Dunes Golf Club and where I'm standing right now, Dunes Golf and Beach Club, right here on the ocean. And just last year, they hosted a spectacular new event, the PGA Myrtle Beach Classic. Do you know that this was the best attended first event the PGA has had? We all loved it so much, they loved it so much, they're back again this year. And did you know last year's winner is actually from my hometown on the Eastern Shore of Maryland? I went to school with his mom. Does that somehow give me a better chance at being a good golfer? not so much. Maybe miniature golf. But hey, can you believe it? This area has loved golf for 100 years. And so to have it go to a whole nother level with the Myrtle Beach Classic, we could not be more proud. There are several residential options within the city of Myrtle Beach. As you can see here at Dunes Golf and Beach Club, we have spectacular oceanfront homes that are selling in the millions. So for those of you who like to use that phrase, dirty Myrtle, all I have to say is, really? Really? I don't think so. A sparkling diamond of the city of Myrtle Beach is a section known as Grand Dunes. This is 2,200 acres that covers residential properties, a marina, a hotel, restaurants, a golf course, and what I am standing in front of right now, this is the Grand Dunes Ocean Club. That's right, we are oceanfront again. Now, if you live in the Grand Dunes section, your home could have been built by a variety of builders, custom home builders, Del Webb, it could be Grand Dunes North Village, which is Ryan Homes, and now some that are coming up right now that are going to be Dream Finders and Lennar Homes. Any of those under that Grand Dunes umbrella have access not only to the amenities specific to their community, but also this, the Ocean Club. And you can see here, it has got a swimming pool, you have a restaurant and bar upstairs, you have private event space, but they've got activities offered all the time. And don't forget, you can walk across the dunes and they've already got your chairs and your umbrella set to enjoy a day at the beach. Now, Grand Dunes, well, it's on both sides of the Intracoastal. Obviously, right now we're on the eastern side, right by the ocean. But on the other side, you have, again, stunning multi-million-dollar homes that are right on the Intracoastal, as well as overlooking the course. And if you sign up to become a member, you can also join that specific golf club and clubhouse. So there are so many things going on under the Grand Dunes name, you may not ever want to leave that area. Well, you can definitely tell one of the things we love about Myrtle Beach, it's those beach breezes, and you're gonna see my hair enjoy that throughout the rest of this video. But now I wanna start focusing on, did you know that Myrtle Beach used to be a military town? That's right. So it started off in the 1940s with an Army Air Corps, then it switched to an Air Force base. That Air Force base was thriving for decades until the government closed it in 1993. With all of that dependent upon the military being here, what does an area do to try and replace that and keep it just as thriving? Well, welcome to the Market Common. Yes, this entire area used to be the Air Force Base. Basically, from Highway 17 to Business 17, all of this land is being utilized for residential, recreational, retail. Just look behind me. We love this part because we can all walk around. We've got our stores and restaurants on the bottom level, and you've got condos or apartments up above. This is just such a fun vibe and energy in this area. This is also where a Southern Times Square is enjoyed on New Year's Eve. We have so many events here. Don't forget the dragon boat races too. And the coolest playground, Savannahs Playground, is here. There are different types of properties here, condos, apartments, townhomes, single family detached, you name it, it's all covered here. And they did such a phenomenal job in revitalizing and changing this area that they've actually won awards for its success. If you ever come to visit this area, you have to come walk through here. The restaurants, oh, they are so good. And yes, you might drop a coin or two on some clothing or fun things here. You definitely need to check it out. The Market Common includes multiple informational markers that explain what used to be in this area. Now, most of you are going to probably go to the shops and the restaurants in Market Common, but I want to tell you about one other place that you really need to make sure that you visit, and that is Warbird Park. As you can see behind me, this is such an interesting area. It has several memorials, as well as those awesome 3 planes that you see behind me. Now, this area is right next to the Myrtle Beach International Airport. And here's the secret that those of us who live in the Market Common really love. The military, all branches, utilize the runway for takeoff and landing practice. So someday I might see an F-18 go by or an Apache helicopter. It's so cool. And it's really nice to see that that partnership with all the military branches still exists today. The Market Common is such a scenic place, isn't it? We've got Savannahs Playground behind me. I'm telling you, you all have to come see that one, grown-ups as well. It is the coolest playground. And you know what? The City of Myrtle Beach has so much going on. I have just scratched the surface on this video. What made it happen in its inception was a source of relaxation and fun. And you know what? That still holds true today. Myrtle Beach makes people happy. Now, if you want to learn more about it and find out why everybody's moving here, I want you to check out my YouTube channel at Carolina Coast TV. I've got more videos about other neighboring towns as well as actual neighborhoods that you may consider for moving. Again, Myrtle Beach makes people happy. Join us.